Trying to reconciliate everything. Long story short, since I posted this yesterday in a throwaway account, I will summarize it. My 21M girlfriend 20F of 3 years kissed with a guy during the week. Told me the same day, at least I will give it to her that she is honest. We trying to solve all this, decided to give her a second chance, and while some may call me idiotic, she chose to stay too. I know this will be hard, I know I might never trust her as I did, and I know this might not work, but I am willing to give her a chance. Any advice as to how to move on? Redditors reactions update after. Redditor 1, there are 2 people who know what exactly went down between them. I recommend you get the other side of the story of how, why, when, and what went down. Does she have his contact info? If so, why? Trust is shaky, so go verify. People only truthfully trust what they know. You need to get full disclosure. Exhaust every source. Good luck either way it goes. Redditor 2, they always say it was just a kiss and it was the first time. Confirm before believing, and even if it's true you need to make sure there are consequences. Not doing so, it will cost you dearly, divorce, kids, everything down the road. So, open your eyes and do not forget nor forgive that easily. If she was as much in love she would have done something to not let that happen, however she accepted kissing the guy, she accepted the kiss. Good luck op. Op answer, yeah I confirmed. And leaving aside all the emotional and physical stress this has carried over, what kind of consequences? Redditor 3, sorry you are still really young, 20 and 21. You have years ahead of you, although that was the age my wife and I married over 45 years ago, 21. It was only a kiss, get over it. We do silly things at times. A kiss is nothing. I have kissed women as my wife has men, but to us they meant nothing and neither of us got upset as we had and still have trust. So if you are not too careful you will become jealous and defensive, which will destroy trust and your relationship. Christ, it's a kiss, not a war crime. Get on with life and enjoy it. Op answer, the problem is it was more than just a kiss. She has shown no remorse beyond guilt, she admitted to being attracted and even now refuses to cut contact. Update, bad thoughts. Only a week since D-Day, I know it's still fresh, I know it was just kissing and she just slipped. She said how sorry she is, she said it felt good, but not as good as our kisses. She says so many things, but I don't know what to believe. Is she being sincere and I'm paranoid, nitpicking what she says and twisting it to hurt myself? I want to believe it didn't devolve into fuckery, but the person who has shown me over and over how scarred she was left after her ex and how afraid she is of the idea of time couldn't have done it. But why in that goodbye message he said remorseful, but don't forget the good while. Even leaving that aside, even trusting that they didn't go that far. How can I stop the bad thoughts? That she wanted to split up and run away, but she didn't cause IF'd her into staying. That she was in love with him, but decided that escaping with him was much of a problem. That she doesn't love me, and stayed out of pity. Even if I see her again, even if all this was just a slip, because he was a crush of her when she was a child, what if I hold her hands again and neither of us feel nothing? What if I kiss her and neither of us feels something? After all this, I just wanna kiss you, hold you, hug you and feel you. I wanna do all that, and call myself an idiot for have let myself have this crisis, when I have the most wonderful man. How much of that is actually true? If you love me, why do you need to kiss me again to be remembered that? Maybe I'm nitpicking, maybe these are things she already shown me and told me were true, but how do I stop the bad thoughts? Update: she says she is not sure of her feelings. She says she is not sure if she stayed out of guilt, shame or love. She says she is not sure if it was just kissing or actual EA. I wanna reconciliate, but she is so confusing and I'm not even sure if she has stayed by love or something else. She sometimes says she needs time to reconsider everything. Others that she loves me but what she did is unforgivable. I wanna give her time, but also want her to give me an immediate answer so we can juicy move on. Should I split up? Definitely. Try? Split up, give us some time and then decide if we wanna continue. Update: what now? She apologized, cry over the phone like never before and seemed truly remorseful of everything. She called herself childish, stupid and an idiot, even told her family about the EA. She cried and I felt nothing. Wanted to believe her, wanted to cry with her, wanted to feel like just before D-Day. She even finally accepted to North Carolina with AP, that I'm worth more to her than all that. Yet, why can't I let go of this rage? How do I move on from here? How can we rebuild all this? Right now it feels like I'm on a funeral. That the person I trusted more than even myself is dead, that this, crying person over the phone is a stranger. I'm in love with her, but I'm scared I will never truly trust her as much as I did a month ago. Update: goodbye. She left. Told me she was in love with him, that she felt sorry for have hurted me. Update: 6 months. I thought I was doing okay, turns out I wasn't. It's been all well, will be in a couple weeks 6 months since we broke up. Basically 6 months and a half since D-Day. Was with a girl for 3 years, thought she was the one, we even talked about possible marriage and children. Turns out she had been flirting with a friend of hers and they had made out in 2 different occasions. The process was hard, but I thought I was doing all right. My college exams went smoothly, even started dating. Yet, sometimes I find myself dumbfounded by nostalgia. Sometimes I will enter Facebook and some post about a certain series that she loved will appear and I will feel my chest hurt a little. Other times I will turn on my PS4 and, just for a second, remember when she played with me for hours. I try not to let myself get consumed by it, the nostalgia, the pain, whatever this heavy burden in my chest is. I know better than to try to get back with her. I know this would never heal entirely, that our entire plans of traveling would be hell for me, because she'd want to visit family there and, I know, I would suffer. The entire visit would be just painful, even if she doesn't go back at him. I know that she never respected me. I know that cheat is done by the 2 parties, and she basically admitted that everybody there knew about them, they just blatantly flirted in front of everyone, so she really neither cared about me nor respected me. I know, after everything that happened, that I couldn't even have a child with her, without the fear of it being someone else's. I know I have to forget her. I know that's the hardest thing. To know that someone who was the first face you saw in the morning and the last one before sleep, to know the person you wanted to share your life, your aspirations, who you wanted to create a family with, just didn't care. And even harder, is to let go. But I must. I must learn to love other people, to laugh with other people, to enjoy with other people the little things that made my chest warm when I was with her. Update: little letter I found in the internet. Maybe dumb, but somehow helped me feel a little more closure in this process. Hope it can help you too. My dearest one Slur. This message may never reach you, but somehow I hope it does. I know you must have forgotten me, and that I should hate you, but please hear me out. After everything that happened, I accepted that we could never return to the way things were. Change was scary, and even more it was to open my heart to others again. But at the end, I did. We spent our lives afraid of change. But after many years, I realized the beauty of life lies in change. And through it all, I had such wonderful memories of you. For even though you and me are no longer together, sour ending as it was, I guess despite everything you will never leave my heart. A little piece of yourself will always be with me, and so a piece of my soul will always be within you. In the end, my only remaining wish is that somehow, someday, my affection reaches you. So I'm begging you, once my dearest friend and other soul, don't close yourself off. Open your heart and follow it, let the seeds of love and kindness bloom, wherever and with whomever it has to be. With my love always, the one that once was yours. Update, just found out my ex is dating her AP. I don't know how to feel about it. I guess a part of me is sad, other wants her to get cheated by him so she knows how I felt. Just that, feels weird. Update, why do I still feel something? Why do I feel something? It's been 6 months since we broke up. 7 since you cheated, at least since I found out. Why does it still hurt sometime? Why does it still feel like my whole world crumbled when you were gone? And I know, I deserved better than a cheater. I know you were a narcissist and all-round bad person, you treated me like acid over and over. Yet sometimes I miss you. Sometimes I found some old picture of yours that I didn't delete, and I do the mistake of letting myself remember those times. I don't want to feel something for you. I don't want to feel like some part of me still loves you, I don't want to even feel hate for you. Honestly, I wish I would have never met you. I don't even have the good memories to go with. Can't even remember our first anniversary without thinking wow, 3 months before she held my hand in that restaurant, she was cheating on me on some dude's truck. I really hate you and despise everything you were and everything you became. I just don't want to feel anything for you. Nor love nor hate nor anything. I wish I would have never met you. 3 years of my life down the drain. 3 years in which I could have met someone who respected me, someone who loved me as much as I loved them. Yet you decided to do as you did. You truly are a despicable person. Update, I miss you, but I don't want you back. Sometimes when I can't sleep and see that's 3 AM on my clock, I think of the times where I'd end up awake till 4 AM chatting with you. Then I think that if we were dating again, I probably couldn't get an hour of sleep, because of the fear of it happening again. Sometimes I miss going out with you, eating at our favorite restaurants and holding our hands. Then I think about where those hands were. I'd think of those times where you promised me children, a warm house and an eternity together. Then I am reminded of what you did. That maybe those children wouldn't have been mine, that I would have been left alone in a cold house while you were business traveling, and that at the end everything would have been the same, just that you would have stolen more years from me. I miss you, perhaps I always will, but I don't want you back. I want someone that loves me with the same passion with which I love them, someone who would never do what you did to me. I want someone that will never hurt me like you did. Can't wish you happiness. Pitiful as it may be, I hope you suffer the same thing as I did. What I can wish you is that you accomplish your goals, those that would make your eyes shine when you spoke of them to me. Then again, I don't even know if they were true, nothing of what I thought or expected of you seemed to be true. And for that and many other things, while deep in my heart I may always hold something similar to love for you, I know you neither deserve it nor want it. I can only try to forget you, I hope I can. I will always miss you, but I will never want you back. Update: how to deal with the insecurity problems. Trauma, ruminating thoughts and sleep problems have been part from my life ever since it. But one of them, I found pretty lately, is that it made me awful insecure about myself. I've started doing exercise since it happened, and while I truly believe I look better than I did back there, it still stings sometimes. What did you do to get to feel better with yourself? Update: the body remembers the trauma. I always thought it was just an expression, just a funny way to say that all the stress of this situation has a toll on our health. Then today a friend of mine told me something about her, not much, just that she apparently went to a summer camp which she always told me SHR wanted to go, and then started shaking. I wasn't feeling specially bad, not even sad or mad, I just started shaking. Is this normal? Redditor's reactions, story 2 after. Redditor 1, there are articles and books on this. Yes, it's normal. Redditor 2, yep, the body certainly does. The infidelity trauma linked really closely to my feeling of not having a voice, since I was a child. I've held tightness and heaviness in my throat and chest for years. I felt literally all of my emotion held in these areas when I did EMDR. I've since released a lot of it, and there's certainly a difference. It's fascinating. It really does make you think when you hear about stories of transplant receivers adopting personality traits or memories from the organ donator. Emotions aren't just our brain. Redditor 3, read the book The Body Keeps the Score, it's all about this and provides info for getting over it. Story 2, finally found out that my girlfriend of 10+ years and fiancé of 4 years has been cheating on me for the last 3 years. After deciding to put all of our money into purchasing a house. Yesterday morning a man 5 years younger than me, 30, appeared in my driveway screaming. I walked to see my fiancé outside, and this man claiming to be shocked that the woman he's been dating for 3 years has a house, a dog and a boyfriend. He left after saying his piece while I was outside with the two of them. My girlfriend and I have been together for 10 years. We've had ups and downs and got engaged while I was away in grad school. When I came back to live with her, I noticed something was different. We just weren't incredibly close and didn't feel the intimacy we had previously. But promised each other to work on it. Things got better and eventually we decided instead of having a wedding, we wanted to use the money we saved up and that our family would be gifting us, to buy a house. After a year into living in the house and her fighting with me for years about letting her be independent and letting her have nights out with her friends, I find out she's had a relationship with this other guy. For years. I don't know what to do, our lives are so intertwined and we have this amazing house in both of our names. And an amazing dog. She hasn't denied anything, and has seemingly been telling me the truth about this guy. That he filled a void in her life that I wasn't filling. That she did it because she wanted to feel wanted again and something about her feeling young again. I think our situation has been a lot on her and she wanted a chance to feel like she was in college again, or something like. Not really fair to me. She said she wants us to work, but I just can't get the image of her and this lie out of my head. I love our life and our families and our house. But I don't know if I can ever love her again. Help me please. Update: finally found out that my girlfriend of 10+ years and fiancé of 4 years, has been cheating on me for the last 3 years. After deciding to put all of our money into purchasing a house, I decided to spend the weekend apart from her after finding out the news. I confided in some friends who gave me some solid advice but basically told me that I shouldn't make any rash decisions one way or the other. To sit and feel these emotions but not try to let them rule your life, and to expect ducking answers. I know my girlfriend treated me like absolute acid, but I do not hate her or want her dead. I know this sounds weird and maybe indicative of losing that feeling of love for her, but I don't want her to die on a curb. I just want honesty and for us to be honest with ourselves. I want the courage to make the honest decision for myself, first and foremost. We have talked a lot in the last few days between each other and have fought about her justifying doing what she did. It cannot be justified. But it did let us know what is wrong between us. I am seeing a separate independent therapist and a couple therapist with her this week. But this week, I took off of work and told her I am heading to the beach. I decided we needed time apart to settle our emotions and get clear-headed. She has been really hammering me with the guilt of the things that I have done to her over the years, and although there's some truth to that, I think she needs to look in the ducking mirror. Also, a thing that I noticed is she's more defensive about her actions and scared of losing the house to me and being labeled the one who cheated versus how I feel as the person who had their life turned upside down. And that's telling. So this week I am leaving her with all of the responsibilities that I usually do, the things she doesn't come close to understanding, the things I do around our house. I know you all have your pitchforks out and want me to dump her bad and make it a big evil thing, but that's just not how I am. I would rather make a sound decision, and once I do that, feel good about that decision. And if it's to leave her the way I will make her feel as bad as I did, will be because I have become a better person because of her awful actions. And she will be miserable seeing that person who she could have been with. But I am not quite at that stage yet, still quite shell-shocked. Redditor's reactions. Redditor 1, 3 years. She had, and successfully hid, a completely separate life from your marriage for 3 years. The other guy had no idea you even existed. Hell, he had less time invested in your wife but exhibited the type of response that she should have expected from you. Instead, you're listening to how you drove her to this. Also, from your update, you make it sound like leaving the household responsibilities to her for a week is going to show her your worth. Don't hold your breath. Redditor 2, exact same scenario. She tried to come back when she realized she would be losing the house and her fella dumped her. Year later, I've upgraded and couldn't be happier. Went through forgiveness, anger, hate, and now I just don't give a duck about her or her life. Redditor 3, be careful leaving the house. You might come back to find it empty or to have her claim it's hers after you abandoned it. Also be careful, she will be managing the narrative hard while you're thinking on a beach. You are very vulnerable here. Update finally found out that my girlfriend of 10 plus years and fiancé of 4 years has been cheating on me for the last 3 years. After deciding to put all of our money into purchasing a house. A lot has transpired in the past month or so and therapy has helped me immensely. My ex-fiancé and I agreed that she needed to move into a new apartment and we needed to be completely broken up. We have both allegedly been seeing separate therapists and have also agreed to not speak for at least a month. That time is for me. I have found that the constant contact and rehashing of things and arguments with her hasn't helped at all and in fact puts me back into an emotional mess, so I am avoiding that until I feel better about it. If I ever do, this time period since I last made an update has thrown me in the most pain that I have ever experienced in my life. But I believe there can be some good out of it. I have been exercising, I have been on a few dates and have started to become more aware of who I am and what I need in life and in someone else. When you are in a long-term relationship like this that changes very slowly and were brought up with a family history of infidelity, you start to normalize this. And that has been my biggest problem. I have no idea of what a normal relationship is and could be. So talking to people who have no history of stuff like this and who have no clue about our situation has helped, because it makes me realize how messed up our lives were and how messed up what she did was. I also recently contacted the guy who apparently had no idea about this either. He hasn't reached back to me yet. I wanted some clarity on a few things and also to see if she had seen him since D-Day. My ex has been trying to get back together with me, but I have absolutely no intentions of ever doing that. What will transpire in the next several months is that I will buy her out from our house and slowly move on. I will probably give one last final update to this once I sign the papers and move on with my life. But I wanted to thank all of the people who supported me on here or in DMs. It's really not something you can prepare yourself for or can really grasp what it's like until you go through it, and I am still newly going through it. I have constant nightmares and feel very low energy, depressed at times. But it is possible to feel good and even excited about the future, and I can see glimpses of that now. I want to tell anyone else who goes through something like this that you need to do whatever you can in your power to step away from the situation. Try to get a broader view of your life and remove immediate contact from the person who had the affair, because they are toxic and will make you feel awful. Feel the pain, but try to understand that this isn't your problem. Force yourself to do things like go out with friends or go on vacation and preoccupy your mind. A book that really helped me, that was recommended by my therapist, is Broken Open by Elizabeth Lesser. Redditor's reactions. Redditor 1, yeah. Time to be a bad Z and give her the boot out of the house if it's in your name. No negotiations. Don't talk her, she can email or text, then you have it writing. Don't be nice. No money, no nothing. What's yours is yours and she's is welcome to her trash. Op answer, it's not solely in my name, but I can basically force her out after talks with lawyers if it comes to that. Redditor 2, if I could I would sell the house, as it would be a reminder for me of the relationship. At least then you could get some of the monies back, if not all. Then you could reinvest the cash and move on completely with your life. No strings attached. Redditor follow-up, yep op, this is fantastic advice. If you can, you will absolutely want to sell. Start fresh as if she never was. Living in that house will be hell for you. Redditor 3, I am so sorry for what you're going through. I went through the same exact thing with my ex-fiancé, except we were together a couple years fewer than in your situation. I tried everything in the world to get over her, from therapy to medication, moving to a new area, a new career, lots of new hobbies and tons of random sex, but they were only distractions that masked the pain. It still hurts years later, and the memories always seem to creep up on me to make me sad during holidays or life milestones, or when I have nothing going on at the moment. I'm hoping this will fade away with time. Thanks for the book recommendation. Stay strong. Redditor follow-up, my friend, when those memories slip into your memory, just think of the times that were not good. Our brain tries to comfort us, but the reality is she really hurt you, so be the king that you are, and you deserve to live your best life. You did nothing wrong, be kind to yourself, you deserve love. My friend. Redditor 4, gonna preempt all of her bull with this. Her cheating is her choice to step out of her relationship, independent of whatever issues you shared. It doesn't matter if you shart the bed daily. Her responsibility is solely to healthy maintenance for your relationship, and only that. She stepped out, period. Do not entertain a single iota of blame for her mismanaged frustration, because any and everything is an excuse to cheaters, and if she had a problem bothering her that much, she should have come forward. Additionally, while making a level-headed decision is the right thing to do, the high road act invariably explodes in your face. You don't have to hate her to release yourself from any responsibility of her. She is not acting like a remorseful partner, she's acting like someone getting even for an imagined slight. Unless you cheated first and are omitting it, then she's going to try to bring you down as much as she can on the way out. Forcibly remove her from your life. Enough grace. To back up how certain I am, and you can quote me on this if you continue this path and you don't end up with your dirty laundry aired or labeled an abuser or she says you cheated, I'll Venmo you $100. No strings or loss on your on end. Feel free to check in for your free money in 60 days. Redditor 5, you're in shock, she's not really giving you much to work with, my friend. She's gaslighting and deflecting. You can't reconcile with someone who can't tell the truth. She's blaming you for her f-king someone else. Like what? You took her to some random guy's house, took her clothes off, took his clothes off, and made them have sex. Nah, she made a series of choices that ended up with her where she is now, and then continued to make choices that would let her do it over and over, while misleading you. Step 1 in reconciliation is the truth. If she can't get to step 1, you can't reconcile. Also, put away any thoughts of making her feel guilty she cheated. Cheaters generally do so without remorse, or they wouldn't do it in the first place. Wherever their conscience and morals are is someplace locked away in a secret box, and they forgot where it is. Good luck, enjoy the beach, and keep your head up. Redditor 6, some considerations that may help you to take a sound decision. So, adult, honest, mature partners make you sit on a chair and have a discussion whenever there's a potentially serious issue affecting the relationship. If said issue is unfixable, respectable and honest people do leave. These people would never backstab you. On the other hand, people who serially cheat on you for years display dishonesty, selfishness, an innate capacity of telling lies and manipulate, inability to communicate, lack of integrity and profound cowardice. They have no issue to backstab you. These people have no issue to abandon you for a new shiny toy they lined up behind your back, possibly for months. Think about what it takes to do this kind of dirty to another human being. Yes, serial cheaters are not pretty people. They're bad, very bad. Now think about that. Do you want to get old with a person that you know is capable of cheating on you, having affairs behind your back, and able to do all of this for years without a flinch? Do you realize that with such a person you'll always have to look behind your back, or, said differently, you won't be able to trust them because you know they're capable of monstrous actions that can be triggered by, literally, anything? Do you really want this kind of life? Look, in a long-term relationship there are always some kind of issues. Even the best relationships have some minor problems because laters are hard work, but honest and mature partners discuss and deal with them because they care about each other. On the other hand, your partner's cheating is 100% on her shoulders, and it's a symptom of very grave character flaws that have very little to do with you and the quality of your relationship. And cheating, having affairs, is absolutely horrible, because it traumatizes the person being cheated on. If I were you, I would ponder on the above points, and think if salvaging your relationship is really worth the effort, especially considering that you've been cheated for so many years, and your GF doesn't appear to show any remorse. On the contrary, she's blaming her cheating on you.